Once you've downloaded your Star Review Escape Room Challenge, you're going to be provided with this document. The first page gives you some ideas on how to incorporate this into your classroom. There is a recommendation here that you can create your own testmos.com with the answer keys. Students can then go ahead and check there. However, with this new update, I have added an actual interactive website that they can use instead. There is also a benchmark test here that is for free. It's a practice star length test, full length test, used from the release stars from TEA. Now, what I did here is I combined a few different release stars in order to make sure that every tested teak was covered. As you know, some of the supporting teaks are not included in every test. You can download the test and answer key from this link here. You will need the password, which is TPT. As you go through the test, the first thing you're going to be provided with is an answer key. The test items are here, and what I've done is used the same words from those released TEA tests and turned them into an activity. The kids are primarily searching for text evidence, so all they need to find really is the paragraph number. They can either use the printed passage, which is provided here, or you can print out the task cards. And for that one, I have the task cards numbered 1 through 10 with one paragraph on each task card. The numbers that the students will find are right here on the right hand side, so that's the paragraph number where they would find this. There are a few items, such as this one here, that actually have kind of a multiple choice, and for that one, they're offered one, two, three, or four options, and they just need to put the number of the choice that corresponds to the correct one. Some of the lock hints do have a range of paragraphs. For example, this one asks, what are 5 paragraphs in a row that support the statement, you must train and work hard to reach greatness that you want to reach? And for that one, it's several paragraphs. So what I did is set it up like a subtraction problem since it's paragraphs 5 through 9. 5 minus 9 is 4. So the negative of -4 is, of course, 4. So that is the answer there. That one's a little tricky. You might have to help the students with it. Your higher level students will find it fun. And then the rest are just finding the paragraph numbers for lock 2. On lock 3, I wanted to incorporate some short answer, but I wanted kids to be familiar with the kind of language that you would see on the test. And so again, I just used these statements from the test and changed the wording to go with the common success passage. So all they need to do is look down here and all of the answers are provided. They just need to use their brain to think, how would I answer this question? So it's almost like a word bank. The little codes and stuff are just to fit the robot theme. And of course, you will see paragraph 9 is located right there. That one's kind of a little tongue in cheek that they have to find the number, but most of them will be able to get that one pretty easily. Going to lock 4, I did the same idea here. What I have, depending if you're using the task card or the PDF version, there are 7 or 8 options. And this is similar to a multiple choice question. So the students just need to pick the 2 answers that are correct. It would be almost as if you had said A, B, C, D. Instead, I've just listed them and called 6 of them lies and 2 of them truths. I did replace the A's with at symbols and the E's with threes, the O's with zeros, just to fit that robot theme. Um, Students kind of think it's cool to be able to see that they can still read it like that. I've seen memes on social media that show you how you can read paragraphs when several of the letters are missing. So that's kind of neat or fun. Um, just a quick note, you will see at the bottom of each page how it says, hooray, bonus treasure, you've unlocked some gift of knowledge or badge of smartness. What that means is that the title of the locks correspond to some of those passages that are in that benchmark test. And so once they've done this activity, they can go back to these exact test numbers from the benchmark test, 16, 43, 22, 26, 25, and this is the title of the passage, they will actually be able to understand those questions since that is where I got these questions from. So the numbers, although they look random, they are not entirely random. Like I said, I did this as a redo for my students who had already taken the school benchmark test, and I wanted to go ahead and give them an opportunity to review some of the tough items before they did their retake of the test. Because I do teach lower students that do struggle, I wanted them to have the opportunity instead of just going into the retake blindly. For this one, this is our last passage, lock 5, and there are kind of some more special lock hints in here. There's several where they have to add together the two paragraph numbers, and then this one here asks for 5 paragraphs that are not in a row. So they're going to add up all 5 and get the huge number of paragraph 32. And again, we're just working on that text evidence skill that students need so much for the 8th grade reading test. These answers kind of correspond to the little map at the bottom, which would be on a separate task card if you are doing this on the task card version. And all they have to do down here, these are the answers. So it kind of serves as a word bank for them. And the phrase spells out, take us home. However, it does tell the students that Swiper took that phrase and that they have to solve it. So it just adds in a little maze aspect that's kind of cute and gives them that word bank to help with the passages. Here's the passage here. There's the student version. It looks exactly like the answer key. I added the letters C, M, and W on lock 3 to help get them started because this one was so challenging. You can white those out if you don't want to give your kids that hint. And then, of course, lock 5. Now, option 2 is a task card version that has the link for the interactive website for the students to check their codes. But you can use that website even with the PDF version. It just depends how much paper you want floating around your classroom that day. And if your kids think that the task card version is more engaging than seeing a simple worksheet. Here are the teacher directions. What you would do for the task cards is you print the passage cards one-sided so that you have 10 separate passage cards. The student cards would need to be printed two-sided because the directions are on one side and the activity is on the back. If you would like to view a copy of the results, you can access it at this link here. So let me show you a little bit about how that would look. You can see these would be the passage cards that you're printing out. The passages are numbered 1, 2, 3, etc. And then here are the codes. On the front, it has the directions. So this is lock 1 directions. There's 2 per page, lock 2. And then on the back, here would be lock 2's activity and lock, lock 1 and lock 2's activity. So once the kids did the activities with the task cards, you could either put the passage cards around the room, you could print a group set on cardstock, and then I would recommend printing individual of the task card portion just so that the students could actually write on them to show their work, especially when you get to the higher level locks that they're needing to add up paragraphs together. Now, when the kids go to the website, it is printed in the student directions that you'll print for them. And I'll show you what that looks like. So when they go to bit.ly secrets to success, it will take them to this website. There is a cute little Dora the Explorer playlist if you have access to iTunes to just go along with the theme and add some fun to the classroom. There's a note here if the students are on a phone, it might be sort of narrow, and so they can open it in a new tab if they want. That's completely optional. There's also a note here for your students to ask you if you'd like them to provide their name, ID, and password. It's completely optional. However, I don't like to do a lot of work with grading, so I prefer to download my student results into a CSV file, which I can then import into GradeSpeed. I know several other gradebook softwares use this as well, that you can import as a CSV. So what the kids would do, let's say I've solved secret lock code 1 and I want to go ahead and input my answers. So just going down the row of the task cards, there are 5 rows on lock 1. I'm just going to click which paragraph number I thought it was. I did narrow down some of the answer choices again to provide some hints to them. So, for instance, if I thought it was 3, now when I'm going to check, I see that's not even an option. So I need to go back and look at my work. And what I did is take out some of the confusing ones there. So it's just kind of a support for the students. But I can click in, let's say I thought this one was 10. You might let them know that some of them are used more than once depending on the lock. So let them know, and some of them are not used at all. Now, once they've done this part, they can go ahead and submit here and it will self-check and tell them which ones are right or wrong. The part down here at the bottom is only if you as the teacher would like to actually see their grade. So completely optional to put this in. They can go ahead and type in their name. The student ID is what my GradeSpeed software uses to collect the grade, and that's why I have all my students enter their student IDs. Whenever I use Google Forms or Testmos, quizzes, Kahoot, I always have them use student IDs. If you'd like to sort your kiddos by class period, you can have them select the class period. I did 1 through 12, but if none of those fit your specific situation, you can have them click not optional or not applicable or leave it blank. And then this special password phrase, this is how you're going to find your kids. So let's say that my password phrase that I want my students to enter is Teach Ramos. When they enter that, I'll be able to see as the teacher only the ones that are Teach Ramos, so that way you're not collecting data from the other 200 teachers that are using this website. So as you scroll down, they're going to hit submit. And like I said, the personal information is completely optional. You don't have to have your students use it. It says congratulations on solving lock 1. They can view their score here. If they think they made a mistake, they can submit another response. Going to hit view accuracy. And from the student side, this is what I see. I got all 5 wrong. If I were to get any of them correct, they would be highlighted in green. And then it tells me what else I typed in for my other answers. Now, going back to the teacher portion, take a look back at the directions. There is a link from your side. You'll be able to see that, and that will pop up instantly. So you can keep this up on your screen as your students are working to keep an eye on who's finishing the activity and who's actively working through. So let me scroll down to the teacher website. Okay, your link is going to be tinyurl.com/sts secrets to success -tpt grades. This is going to take you to